Coming up in this episode of comments, reactions, and critique. Oh, tapos na? This also applies to bending as well. Okay, this grip. Oh. Hi there. Perfecto here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. A couple of weeks ago, I posted this on the GRUPO Perfecto Facebook group. And in this video, I will go through all the comments and check out all the links and music that everybody shared and read and react and share my critique on them. The post has 50 comments and I will do my best to go through each link and feature everybody. However, I invite you guys to check them out so that those who posted their links and their music will get their own share of the views as well. Now, before I begin, I'd like to thank everybody who's already bought their own Practice Makes Perfecto t-shirts. Sales from these shirts and other merch help me keep making these videos for all of you to enjoy. Now, if you don't have your own shirt yet in the Philippines, you can buy them from shirtly.ph/perfdecastro. And for the rest of the world, you can get them through teespring.com/stores/perfdecastro. And when you get your shirt, don't forget to send me a photo of you wearing it, either through my Facebook or my Instagram. That way I can feature you in future videos, as I have done with my friends right here. Okay, what do we have next? James Laurente, Task Jam Challenge. Okay, let's check it out. You're so bouncy. I like that strat tone. Nice licks too. Oh. One of the strings is a little out. Okay, nice playing, but next time double check your tuning before you lay down your take. The top two strings are slightly off. Okay, from Keyboard Mac. Keyboard Mac's a regular participant in the GRUPO jams. So let's go check out his band. The bass almost sounds fretless. Nice balanced recording. Nice. On the vocal, I would have preferred less of the doubler effect and maybe a longer tail on the reverb. That way it doesn't sound like he's in a tiny room compared with the rest of the band. Backing vocals. Nice job. I like the balance of the recording. Like I said, the vocals could use a little less processing. And maybe a longer reverb tail. That way it sits better on the track. Arrangement wise, I would probably shorten some of the parts. That way you get to the chorus right away and get your point across. Anyway, check it out. The channel name is Flake TV. You can check out the entire song there. Okay, what do we have next? Ivan Ray Gonzalez Lagahit. Jared Dines Quarantine Solo. Whammy pedal. Shred. Nice job. That was short and sweet. And since it is for Jared Dance, it has to shred, and you certainly delivered. I would have preferred maybe a slightly brighter tone to the guitar that will help it to cut a little better through the mix. Maybe experiment with a different amp or cab simulations. Okay, Joseph Bernardino. He's an original from my band. Sorry for the quality since it was live audio. We're teens, bago pa lang kami. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, the band name is Take Me to the Sky, and the song is Awit.
This is Awit by the OTS.
Oh. Okay, you guys need to invest in a tuner. Before you even start playing, you gotta check and double check that your guitar is in tune. Especially if there's two guitars. Make sure that you are in tune and that you are in tune with each other. Some people may not mind, but for your fellow musicians and fellow guitar players, an out-of-tune guitar for the whole song is very difficult to listen to. It's very uncomfortable. Okay, I'm gonna forward it to the singing part. Okay, the singer has a pretty good voice. Okay, you guys work on your tuning, and when you get a proper recording, please share it again so that we can hear the song the way it should be. John Roel Malones. Okay, another take on the JTC Jam of the Month backing track. Nice intro. I like the strat tone as well. Nice wide interval licks. Sweep that thing. You can also work on your vibrato to get it nice and strong and even. And the way to do that is to hook your thumb on top of the neck and assume the power grip. It's difficult to get consistent vibrato when your thumb is behind the neck like this. Because this grip, while it is very precise, it is also quite weak. And if you just try to wiggle the strings with your fingers, it's tough to get that consistency. Okay. A lot of times you end up pulling the string sharp. Okay. Whereas when you have your thumb hooked on top of the neck, you can use your whole forearm to activate the vibrato. This applies to bending as well. Okay, let's continue. Jasper Buenviaje, trying to play Sweet Child of Mine. Sweet Child of Mine, automatic copyright claim, so sorry. Okay, from Bocras Arcilla. This is his band's original song, King of the World, and the band is Switchblade Manila. This looks like a live gig. And dual Marshall half stacks. Nice. Dual guitar attack. There you go. Performance level. That's a long intro. Oh, tapos na? Oh, okay. Sound check. There we go. This is my era. Okay, good stuff. Go check them out. Switchblade Manila here on Facebook. Okay, who do we have next? Aldrich Alvarez. One of his original compositions. Nice driving tune. Harmony lead. Very cool. Sounds like a video game soundtrack. Nicely done. Lead guitar's a little buried in the mix. Nice. I would have preferred a slightly thicker lead guitar tone. That way it cuts through the mix a little bit better. You got to remember, in instrumental music, the lead instrument is sort of the lead vocal. So everything should be built around that tone and everything should support that tone, which is a recording approach which Joe Satriani has already perfected, because whenever you hear a Joe Satriani record, Joe's guitar is nice and upfront and in your face, and it does not take a backseat to any of the other instruments within the track. Okay, here's another one. Iain Brando Masangkay Padilla. Let's check out his stuff. Nalaglag yung pick. Nice guitar. Go Dan. Nice. Oh, there's a foot in the back. Nice jam. I like the rhythmic parts. You can still explore stuff outside of the pentatonic box. Maybe follow the chord progression a little bit more. That way it sounds a little more interesting than just noodling around within the scale pattern. Irwin's actually a pretty good friend of mine. I sold him one of the guitars that got away from me. The blonde Tokai Telecaster that Francis Reyes and I discussed during his Perf Talk interview. Now, I still haven't forgiven him for selling that guitar to somebody else. Anyway, check out Irwin's YouTube channel, The Average Musician. Okay, who do we have next? Dexter Kobacha. Okay, his band's composition. Okay, let's check this out. Nice riff. This reminds me of Razorback. The singer has a little bit of the Carl Roy rasp to his voice. Oh, drummer's doing the traditional grip on the snare. Okay, back when Triaxis was signed to Sony Music, there was also another band from Cebu called Roots. I'm not sure if these are the same guys. Probably not. Anyway, I like the song. It has a very 90s Pinoy rock feel to it. You know, LA 105, early NU 107 type of deal. Raw Pinoy rock stuff. So very cool. Go check them out. The YouTube channel is Aris Trinidad. And yeah, just search for Roots Tiwala sa Sarili. Okay, Jens Reissor, Jack Gardner solo contest. Okay, let's check this out. Nice. Going at it clean. There you go. Open it up. There you go. Nice. Jens actually participated in my PDC GE Labs a guitar solo challenge thing. So it's good to see him play again. Now, during the GE Labs challenge, this guitar also had some slight intonation issues. So maybe it's a setup thing. But I did notice that for the vibratos, Jens, you tend to pull the string sharp. So when you execute vibrato, make sure you return to your starting point. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you need a stronger grip so that you can hold that consistently. Next up, Mark Francis, D minor jam. Collaboration, me, myself, and I. Okay. I love his channel name, Mr. Jazz Listen. Let's check it out. Okay, it's like smooth jazz type track. Whoops. Okay, for the most part, you showed a lot of restraint. Maybe even a little too much restraint. Although I would have liked to see you play more with the underlying chords, because there was that interesting chord progression before the turnaround that was just begging for some cool lines to be played on top of it. And that would be easy to do once you know what the chords are. That way you can weave in and out of the scale to target specific notes in that progression. And another piece of advice that I could also give based on this clip is to play around with the starting points of your phrasing every time the chord progression comes along. Because for the most part, it sounded like you played all your lines with the same rhythm starting on the same beat within the measure. Mixing things up rhythmically keeps it interesting for the listener. Brian McGraw. It's his band's music video. Let's check it out. Bollocks protein shake music video. Okay. Nice. Nice video production. Nice. It's a nicely done music video, and it is on the channel of Enzo Valdez, and it looks like he's also the director. Now, back in my day, people who went to concerts just to cause trouble were called jolog, and that's where the Francis M song came from. And I guess nowadays it's called Bollocks. Very cool. Go check it out. Okay, next up we have Cedric Jordan. Let's see. Anong kailangan kong aralin sa pagbe-melody? Okay, let's check it out. Wow, non-stop. Nice. Okay, the first thing that you need to do to play more melodic lines is to learn to breathe. You don't have to play non-stop notes over the whole backing track. So again, the common advice that I've been giving to you guys in this entire video is to learn to play with contrast. You know, fast, slow, loud, soft, high, low. Play with rhythmic variation. Keep your listeners engaged. Put some shape in your music. Don't just present it in a flat plane. And before you start soloing, learn what the chords that you're playing over first, regardless if it's a backing track or if it's a jam with your band. That way you'll be better informed as to where to take all your lead lines. Okay, let's check out the next one from Rexel John. 14 seconds. So it's real short. Oh. Okay, those are some pretty interesting ideas, and it's way too short. It did sound like those strings haven't settled yet into that tuning, so when you hit that chord, it sounded a little off. But yeah, post it again. Post a longer version next time. That way we can enjoy it more. It's 14 seconds is too short. Okay, from Noli Saboko, fingerstyle. Let's check this out. Oh, Demon Slayer. I really like this anime series. The top strings sound a little off. But the recording sounds pretty good. Shame about the tuning. Okay, if you're still with me by now, I sound like a broken record. Guys, you gotta check your tuning. You gotta check your intonation before you hit the record button, because otherwise it's a shame. It's hard to listen to. This also holds true for acoustic guitars and when you use a capo. Now, when the guitar is already tuned perfectly on the open strings, some capos exert too much pressure on the strings when you put them on, and that causes some of the strings to go sharp. So the practice should be tune the guitar on the open strings and then put your capo on and double check your tuning and fine tune it if necessary. Okay, we're down to our last three posts. Let's check this out from Maki Seniza. Energy, playing along to a backing track, and his YouTube channel is Maki Musica. Nice tone. Nicely done. Now, another tip about vibrato is to apply it as the sustained note is dying down. That way you extend the sound of the note. It's similar to the way a singer applies vibrato. You hold the note and then vibrato at the end. Because when you apply vibrato right at the beginning, it tends to sound nervous instead of expressive. And it's even worse when you apply vibrato right away and then you stop. It sounds like a nervous twitch. Compare that with. So to sum it up, hold the note first before you apply vibrato. And once you start doing the vibrato, hold it until the very end of the note. Okay, here's the next one. George Roble Ortiz Imperial III. And it is an original song. So let's check it out. Okay, here we are. The band is called Unpredicted Sin. And the song is Death Crown. Nice and heavy. Well, I'm glad there's lyrics on the screen. Okay, the drummer needs to be a little more consistent on the double kicks. Okay, if you're a fan of this kind of music, go check them out on Facebook. Okay, we finally reached the end of the comments, and this is from Adrian Atienza. Nice intro. It sounds like the guitar is doubled. Are you playing along with something? May dumaan. Okay, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed all the music in this video, and I hope you picked up a thing or two from my reactions and critiques. Now, to get in on the next comments reading / reaction / critique video extravaganza thing, I really need a name for it. I invite you guys to join Grupo Perfecto on Facebook. It's a public Facebook group, so it should be easy to find, and joining is very simple. Just answer the membership questions. Okay, that's it for now. Do all the good things that you beautiful people do. Give this video a thumbs up, like, feel free to share it with your friends, and do subscribe if you haven't yet. So until next time, take real good care of yourselves, and always remember, practice makes perfecto. Cheers, guys.